Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time we explored 5th Jerusalem and started a couple of quests by talking to specific people. This time, let's put that to the side because this is HaKox or HaKox or however you want to pronounce this. I'm regretting this already.
Nailed it!
Damn.
I'll put on a show for you.
I hate my life sometimes. This is one of the most annoying minigames I've ever played in my life, and unfortunately, by playing this game, we get a decoder, an ultimate weapon, and one of the best accessories in the game, with, of course, nothing through the middle of it. We get the decoder first, we get like 2 or 3 levels at nothing, and then right at the end, we get an ultimate weapon and one of the best accessories. You can basically ignore everything here, save for challenge mode, and I pressed X button instead of circle button. Okay, so for this one, we get a decoder, some junk. I think. Yeah, so this one is unlocked way late in the game. You get an ultimate weapon for it, and this one gives you an optional one or a super good accessory, but you can only do this one after you've beaten all the other ones, which means even though we get nothing for these 3, we have to do them nonetheless. The first ones are super easy. Later on, they get really annoying. And basically, you just have to play them, and this first one is very much a tutorial about how things work. So, press the start button. And basically, if you want to, you can read all of this stuff. I will probably be actually reading it because I always forget how to play, except for when I press the button at the wrong time.
Okay, here we go.
Now, the character will appear. Press the R1 or R2 to make the character appear immediately. They will begin walking forward on their own. It's kind of a puzzle game. You can move the camera and take a look at different things. Here's the goal.
That was easy.
Character goes in the goal, and you win. Obviously, they're not all going to be this easy. In fact, none of them are this easy. But, yeah. Press the start button to begin the next stage. Press next stage, and continue forward. As time goes on, you'll be dealing with multiple characters at once with different strategies and different other things. Now, I'm thinking that this will be the only time I'll show this on screen, and I will mention that I'm going to go do it when I do it, but I'm not otherwise going to really worry about it because it's not a lot of fun to do.
For me to do this?
Now we'll explain the basics of how the character moves. Now they're going to move the camera for you, except for when I decide to move it because it's off screen a little bit. But yeah, if you press R1, or L1, sorry, then your character will move faster. When they hit a T intersection, they always turn right. That can be really annoying, obviously, and they'll make a U-turn at dead ends unless there's a slope leading them out to oblivion. So I'm going to hold L1 to make it, yeah, so they eventually will tell us about it. And if you hold both, they run. They won't change their path, they will always go straight, unless, of course, there's a dead end forward and they have to go right. Basically, the sound effects are annoying. The concept, to me, is annoying. Some people may like this. I've heard it referred to as an addicting puzzle game. But I don't see it that way. I see it as a very annoying minigame that I really don't want to have to do. But I will do it because it gets us items that we need in order to proceed. So if you look up at the top left, that's the amount of characters that are left to spawn. And over next to it, and they'll go like this, and then they'll run in. Hurry up and go in. Character reaches the goal, your stock increases, which is over there. So you watch this. your number will go up. It was 0, 0 out of 0, 2. We go in, and eventually it'll go up to 0, 1. And you need to get, obviously, the second number in total in order to win the level. There's no downside to losing the level other than it's taking too much time. But you can view the field with the start button. Yeah, this is another thing that I find really annoying. Start button, when you're not moving on to the next one, will just give you this screen. The select button is what you would expect the start button to do, and that's to just open the menu. So that's kind of annoying, and I always end up hitting the wrong button. So this is our basic tutorial to this. Now, if you guys are playing long and you're having trouble with this game, which is entirely likely to happen, there are already existing guides online, but if you really want me to, I will show the stuff on screen. But if nobody asks for it, I'm going to cut it out. Anyway, I'll show this one just to explain what it is and why it's the bane of my existence. You want characters to go to the goal, but there are holes blocking the way. And they call these gimmicks. They're basically moving blocks. I don't know why it's a gimmick, but this whole game is a gimmick. It's a bad gimmick, but anyway, you hold the circle button and that color block will move. You'll see other ones later, like a purple one with a square on it. You press the square button. It's kind of obvious. A lot of the early levels in this tutorial don't give you... Yeah, so you press the button, we hold it, it stays. It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty straightforward at this point. It's more the fact that it's a three-dimensional game that you can try and move your camera around, but there are times where you won't be able to see every character on the screen at the same time later on when you end up having 4 or 5 people on the screen. So that's kind of annoying. Anyway, let us begin. Okay, this time it's slopes, so we're gonna go right. Yeah, it's 3D, congratulations. It does have ups and downs. Characters can't go up slopes because apparently they're stupid, but they can go down slopes. And then of course they're gonna turn, and they force the character to run there. Nothing beyond a slope, they fall down. And that sound effect will become extremely annoying. So then the next one comes out. And why is that taking so long? Okay, so we'll just run, make this go by really quickly. We basically need to, yeah, let's make sure. I already did that. And then we hold the button. I'm already doing that, game. Thank you. There we go. There we go. So that's the basic tutorial in the first 5 levels. And they'll continue to give you tutorials as time goes by. Here we have 5. We need to get 5 in. We obviously don't want our characters to fall directly down that hole. As you can see, they're going to walk straight down there. So we want to put that one in place. And once they go that way, then we're going to want to let it go back so that our characters can go. Now, what you're going to need to do is time when your characters are up there. As you can see, if I do it like this, I barely have the timeline. But if I go like this, I got 2 people to go right away, and we'll actually get something extra for this. We'll just run them real fast here. If 2 characters get there at the same time, you get a combo, and you get an additional stock, so it'll spawn another character for you, which is how you'll have to win games as time goes by. There are high scores for this game, which I completely ignored, and will continue to completely ignore because it really doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose. Alright, so here, we're spawning... Where are we spawning here? Right here. So we want to put that one there. And that one there. So we're going to run these guys over top. Let that fall. Now, what's going on down here? I think you can have up to 4 characters on screen at the same time, if I recall correctly. So one more is going to run here. We're going to get you across.
That takes care of that.
Now, if there's a hole like that, see, this one's going to fall down.
This isn't over yet. That takes care of that.
But I had no choice because my timing and my positioning of my characters was in a bad spot. Now, when your characters are able to spawn is determined by when the characters go through the goal or when they die. So, as you can see, I've got 4 left to go in, and I'm going to have a 3 combo upcoming here when those 3 walk in. And when you do that, you get 3 to stock instead of, yeah. So, anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with this. It doesn't matter. You get points, but points do nothing. It's either win or lose, so. All of them are very boring in my own mind. I just get really bored at doing this.
Is there a need for me to do this?
All the time. So let's see. You're going to walk down that way, so I'm going to leave that in the position it's already in. Now, they're all going to walk like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get a whole bunch of them in here. Yeah, so as you can see there, I've already killed a couple of them because I have no idea what I'm doing, or I killed one of them anyway. So we want to get people to go down over here, I guess.
I seem to have reached the end.
So that's fine. We'll just go set everybody else up for that. I think I've
I seem to have reached the end.
probably failed here because I let one of them die, which means I'm going to have to redo this.
I seem to have reached the end.
Yeah. So, game over, we lose. So you press start, press retry, and you get to do it all over again. Which is one of the biggest reasons why I absolutely hate this, because it's not that you actually have fun doing it. You screw up because you don't know what's going on, because you can't see everything at the same time. You could play around and try and find stuff if you want, but other than that, you're not getting anything out of this whole process. It's just kind of boring in my mind. So anyway, that's my basic complaint. Actually, I shouldn't have done that because, so go like that, gather both of those guys there, and then we'll throw on fast forward here, let those 2 go, let these 2 go,
I seem to have reached the end.
and there we go. So let's let this one go out. We won't try and build up combos anymore. I'm kind of used to it because that's all I've had to do when I've done this later on in the game. Pretty much all of the later ones you have to combo in, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so speed everybody up, and we'll finish off the level. So yeah, even if you know how a lot of it works, you're still going to kind of redo and relearn everything each individual stage you do, because there's so many of them, and it's not like you're going to memorize how to do all of this all at the same time. So anyway, use the left analog stick to move the controller, or to move the camera. Use the right analog stick to rotate the camera. So we're going to set you up there. Now, she's going to run back this way. Now, I'm going to get pretty much all of them kind of together at the same time. Or, for the most part, together at the same time. Because it's a lot easier to do that way. So I'll do it like so. And... oh, you're going to go all the way to the end. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, so basically you spend a lot of time fiddling around trying to get characters to go where you want them to go. It's tedious. It's really tedious, especially when you I don't think you can properly zoom out. So there's that like that. So yeah, that's probably a better camera angle. You have to learn, of course, all of this stuff individually over time. So let's just run you guys down there. Get you over that one. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted to do. And we'll run you around and finish this off. All done. Anytime you win, even if you got in a character walking around like I do in the top right there, you can just press the start button as soon as you reach the quota and move on. Okay, this one, I think they don't really show you what's going on, but there's 2 spots here.
Here we go.
And what we need to do is we need to set up a run here for our characters and shoot them over here. And of course I failed because this game loves me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let the other ones come through, because there's a whole bunch of extra ones. I don't think you need any of these guys. Yeah, if you run fast enough, you can get them to jump over there. Basically, it's kind of how you would expect the process to work. They're going to spawn one more up here, and I'm going to get them. Oh, there was another one over there. Oops. It doesn't matter, because we have more than enough to finish it off right here. But yeah, they give you a bunch of extra ones basically to confuse you here, and it's kind of stupid. And if you notice there, up at the top middle, it kind of shows up and I always end up missing it, but we got skill upgrade A, and we got a decoder, I think it was number 2. And we can't do any more of these until later on in the game. They get unlocked by storyline events.
Is there a need for me to do this?
But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to HaKox, whatever you want to call it. It's more of these, and they get more and more challenging. Most of these are very straightforward. They get super difficult by the end. In fact, the last level of this revolves around either picture perfect timing or straight up luck. And I'm much more likely to get it by luck, because my timing on a lot of this stuff is not all that, useful or well done. So anyway, return to the main game eventually, and we can get on out of here. Took longer than I was expecting it to. That's the main reason why I don't want to show the remainder of these on screen, because it's just going to take a long time and pad the LP. And most of the things you get through, other than that one, the decoder, nothing else is required. It's nice, super nice to get some of them. Ultimate weapon, it's the first one you're able to get, and the accessory we'll have equipped, I believe, if it's the one I think it is, to the end of the game. Of course, you only get it right before the final dungeon, but that's, neither here nor there. Anyway, that's pretty much all for this one. I just wanted to go over HaKox today. Next time, we will actually avoid doing more of those side quests, and we will continue and finish up what we had to do with the plot, which was going to the hotel. And from there, we'll be able to learn some more stuff about the side quests that I'd rather work on. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.